Christopher, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Good. You don't look as emaciated as you looked on October the 7th.
Well, I'm about 15 pounds heavier right now, so I would hope not.
It's been a rather bizarre 2 or 3 months, hasn't it?
Yeah, bizarre is an understatement, my friend. It's been yeah, you can't write some of the things that have happened over the last few months, that's for sure.
Let me ask you, like transparently, looking back on the events leading up to the fight that didn't happen with Conor Ben. We're all disappointed we didn't see the fight. It was such a big event. It grew massive legs. It kind of it's cast a little bit of a depression over boxing almost in the autumn because we didn't get what was ostensibly one of the biggest fights of the year, if not the biggest fight of the year in the UK, and that includes the heavyweights because it was something deep and generational and all those things. When you look back on it now, as events played out, do you think you did the right thing by saying you would have gone ahead with the fight?
I'm a fighter, Gareth. I'm
Yeah.
not, I'm a human being. I went through a training camp, was cutting weight, um, and I knew I could win.
Mm.
So regardless of what he had or hadn't done. Um, so yeah, I was willing to get in there and and take the risk, I guess. I'm a fighter. I don't care what someone's been doing. Um, I'm gonna find a way to win.
But the bigger picture in the end was that it allowed the world at large to critique boxing, an inherently dangerous sport, over, rightly or wrongly, whether Ben has deliberately or not deliberately either been contaminated or not. So it just threw boxing. So your concern was as an individual, but when you look at the sport as a whole,
Yeah, as an individual, I was right, but it wasn't my place to say whether the fight should go or shouldn't go. That's that's the board, that's the promoters, that's the people that are in the power positions, that manage the sport. Those are the guys that stop fights, not the fighters.
Do you hope Conor clears his name and that you do get that fight down the line?
Um, yeah, I mean, I hope the fight still happens at some point. Absolutely, we have unfinished business. Do I hope he clears his name? You know, even if he does, he's still guilty in the eyes of the public. It doesn't matter what lawyers he gets and what verdicts are given. He has that. He has that. He has that stain on his name, and that will never ever leave. So in that sense, he's not going to clear his name, in my opinion. He may clear it in the courts, on a piece of paper, but that he's still been cheating in the eyes of the public. And that's something he's just going to have to live with for the rest of his life.
Is it kind of part of an annus horribilis that you prefer to forget in a way, and that you just have to put past you now? I mean, it even caused a fissure between you and your father as well.
Yeah, it's not something you can ever forget, really.
Mm.
It's happened, and people have to answer for what they've done. And then we move forward, but nothing's ever forgotten. Um, Nothing's ever forgotten.
But have you repaired? I don't know if you needed to repair, but obviously, Dad was very vocal about not wanting you to take the fight, not wanting to do the weight cut. Um, is that repaired now?
Yeah,
Good. And if it happens again, is he going to be in your corner?
I would hope so. Yes, he will be much happier the fight happening at 160, which is what it would be if the fight happens again. You know, I'm not cutting weight again. He doesn't, he doesn't hold any of the power now.
Hmm.
So if the fight ever does come around, it's on my terms. So my terms are I'm a middleweight, so it's at
Yeah.
160.
Yeah. And it's not like welterweights haven't fought middleweights in the past anyway. So, you know, going right back to the 80s, you know, um, the Sugar Ray Leonards and the Marvin Haglers, and it's not like it hasn't happened before, Um, um, we move on. You got a big fight in January. It's a fight we always thought was going to happen, you and Liam Smith. Um, the fight's been made. Are you excited about it? And where does it take you?
Big fight. It's going to be very fun. It's definitely a fight that excites me. The style that Liam has is gonna go so well up against mine. It's gonna be a great fight to watch. And yeah, I'm excited to have an early start to next year so that I can fight again in the summer and then again in the winter. I want to be active. I want to fight 3 times next year. So yeah, full steam ahead now. Training over the Christmas and New Year's.
I completely agree with you. In matchmaking terms, it's a brilliant clash of styles. He's rugged and come forward. You're a come forward counter puncher. It's a real. I think it's going to be a real fan favorite fight. And is there any animosity between you and he?
I don't think he likes me, which is okay. Yeah, he's I guess he's not really my cup of tea either, to be honest. But I guess we're gonna have to see how things unfold over the coming weeks. Right now, I'm still not sure about him. We'll see what happens in the press conference today.
And just tell me about how does your Christmas go? Is it no turkey, or is it? I don't know if if you eat turkey, but do you have to go lightly over Christmas?
Yeah, yeah. Usually the holiday season is you're eating as much as you can, all these amazing foods and desserts and apple pies, and I'm obviously gonna have to miss out on a lot of that, which is unfortunate. Um, but this is the job we signed up for. You have to sacrifice the you have to sacrifice the things in life which um which you want to do. Sometimes you can't do what you want to do. You have to put boxing first. And that's what I'm gonna have to do over the Christmas and New Year's. No partying, no overeating, and training every day. Even on Christmas Day, I'll be in the gym.
Okay, and Boxing Day,
Absolutely.
clearly. And finally, we're in the midst of the World Cup at the moment. Is it something you take an interest in? Um, is it fascinating to watch? Are the political and religious discussions and race discussions fascinating? Do you think England have a chance, and who are you picking?
Um, England always have a chance. We're always hoping and praying that we can finally make it, make it to the final and win. I'll be watching, and yeah, it's a very interesting story behind it as well. It being in this country that is so controversial. The things that are going on there politically, and yeah, it's a very interesting story. And I'm a fan. Yeah, I'm watching all the games.
And you got a final message for the England team if they get through the group stages?
Um, Final message for the England team. It's coming home, baby. It's coming home. We say it every bloody time, but it's got to come home eventually, right?
Absolutely. Chris, I appreciate you taking the time to do the Zoom with me this morning. Always great to see you. I will catch up with you as we build up to the fight in Jan.